Welcome to Airborne. I'm Matt Jeffs. We're starting something new on Airborne, and we're going to be recording this program live at Eclipse Recording Company right here in St. Augustine, Florida. We'll continue to bring people from your world so you can stay dialed into your community and the folks who make it tick. But we're bringing up the production values a little bit, and we're doing so through the benefit of our collaboration with Eclipse Recording Company. Joining me on today's show is Jim Stafford, the chief conspirator of Eclipse Recording Company. First of all, the story behind chief conspirator.
Well, you know, you should never take life too seriously.
That's a fact.
And it was really kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing when I designed my first card way back when I first started the business in 2000. And it just kind of popped out. And, you know, I said, yeah, that's me. And so there I am. I'm the chief conspirator.
You've been involved in all kinds of great projects at Eclipse. Lots of interesting and actually fascinating people have passed through these studios. Are there any memorable ones that really, or moments that were just that you can share with our audience about the experience?
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's see. The ones that I can share. There are quite a few. I tell you, there was something that was really fun just a week ago. We were doing some work with Spanky McFarlane, and you remember Spanky and our gang from the 60s. Mm-hmm. And this was an unreleased version of You've Lost That Loving Feeling that was recorded by the Mamas and the Papas,
right? In
which you may know that she replaced Cass in later years with the Mamas and Papas.
Mm-hmm.
And this was Denny Dougherty was singing lead, and John Phillips and Michelle Phillips and Cass were doing background vocals. It was fully produced, really, really cool. And Spanky wanted to do a duet with Denny on this. And so we actually spoke with the gentleman that produced it in 1973, with the actual original engineer who was still mastering in California, and learned all the stuff that was going on. And then we added her voice to it. And it was like being in a time capsule of this wonderful production value. And it was interesting because as we were looking at the way that the Mamas and Papas stuff was recorded, mm-hmm. you could definitely hear that sound, that thing that they did. And there's instruments that they used that you wouldn't use now, or that most people wouldn't even think of using. There's accordions and all kinds of weird stuff in there. That's fun, though.
Yeah, and there's had to have been a big leap, of course, in the technological aspects.
There's been a few changes since then.
And Eclipse has led the way, at least in our area, as far as state-of-the-art equipment and facilities. What are some of the things people would learn about Eclipse if they were to take a tour of Eclipse Recording Company?
Well, you know, it's funny you should mention that. I think we might try and do that here in a little while. Now, the Eclipse, we have two slogans. One was coined by a good friend of mine, Walt Kulwicki, mm-hmm. Back in 2000, and it was from the first track to the shrink wrap. Mm-hmm. But the other one is we cover the sound industry. Now, what I mean by that is we try and do just about anything audio you can think of, and now video. Mm-hmm. We record music. We record here. We record on location. Mm-hmm. We master. We design and manufacture both CDs and DVDs, and we do several thousand a month. And in fact, probably more than that, all depending on the month. I do audio forensics and have been involved with several hundred cases with the 7th Judicial Circuit and some other people. We do live sound, where we'll go out and take a big professional sound system out and put it on for festivals and, mm-hmm. and so forth. And we also transfer all kinds of media to digital media. So if you have tapes and albums and so forth, then we can transfer all that stuff. And if you were to come and check us out, and I invite anyone that's interested to give us a call, and we'll be happy to set up a tour. We'll show you how we have specifically designed rooms in order to be able to get the sound that we want. This particular room we're in right now, if you look at the way that the acoustic treatments are, this is designed to be a warm room, mm-hmm. and there's no place that sound is going to reflect, but it's real good for like vocals and instruments. We have a room that's behind me that is got a drum set in it, but it also is acoustically designed to simulate a larger room so we can get the big drum sound. And then we also have another room that's designed for motion picture and television and radio voiceovers. And there was another fun thing that we had just about a week ago where we had John Biner in. And I don't know if you remember John.
Yes,
he was on all kinds of television shows and is one of the funniest guys you'll ever meet. And he actually recorded 5 different voices for a upcoming animated film called Woodstock Manor. And he had a blast doing it, and I working with him.
Wow. One thing you didn't mention, I think our audience would like to know, or should know about Eclipse, is you personify, forgive me, the phrase, and I hope you don't mind me using it, good corporate citizen. You've been involved with fundraising activities in St. Augustine. You've also been present for very important events in St. Augustine, for instance, the Gamble Rogers Folk Festival. Can you tell us a little bit about why?
Well, it's very gracious of you to say that, Matt. I think that all of us have a responsibility to our community. And I think that that anybody that doesn't try and share the good fortune that they've had is probably missing out on an important part of who they can be. Mm-hmm. And been involved in a number of things, but it's really the sort of thing that members of my family did long before I. So it was kind of like what I was exposed to. We do the annual charity Christmas record, which I'm very proud of. Right. And I believe this year, when we get all the numbers in, we're going to look at probably around $3,000 that we raised.
That's terrific.
And thanks to everyone that supported it, as well as all of the great musicians that contributed. And we've tried to be involved in different things. The Gamble Rogers Folk Festival is a treasure in our community. Mm-hmm. And it's something that many, many people worked hard for many, many years in order to preserve his legacy, mm-hmm. as well as the wonderful music that you don't hear on the radio, or seldom hear on the radio, I should say. And so the festival this year is going to be moving downtown, which is exciting. And I am proud to say that I serve on the board for the festival, and looking forward to Paul Linzer and Bob Patterson and all those wonderful people that work so hard for them to continue to guide us in that direction.
Where do you see Eclipse Recording heading? Where does the future lie? If you had a crystal ball?
Well, if I did, the first thing I'd do is I'd run over and grab a lottery ticket. But unfortunately, don't have one. No, it's hard to say. What we have tried to do in the course of this past year and a half is try to develop our internet presence more and more and more. And we're serving clients in different ways. And with the advent of home recording systems, a lot of people, in fact, the gentleman that was here just before you all, he had recorded his tracks at home, mm-hmm. came in, recorded his vocals here, recorded his drums here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll mix them. And where we're going to go in the future is hard to say. There are some exciting things on the offing, I'm hoping, that are not completely gelled out yet. But mm-hmm. But we're hopeful that 10 years from now, when we are still doing this program, that again I'll be able to be a guest.
That'd be great. So what are the best ways of getting in contact with you?
Well, obviously, if you go to our website, www.eclipserecording.com, www.eclipserecording.com, then you can find out all about us. Or you can give us a call, and the number here is 904-794-1872.
Why St. Augustine, Florida? Of all the places that you could have set this business up, is there something here that might lend itself to your line of work?
Well, probably this is probably one of the most eclectic and artistic locations that you're going to find. Mm-hmm. But I personally was drawn here for 20 years before I moved here, and I've been here 10 years. I opened this business 10 years ago in 2000. But it's just a wonderful place that's rich in culture, that's rich in history. And I bet if you had a ratio, a per capita ratio, we've got probably the highest per capita ratio of artistic people than is what you'll find in any city in the country.
I would agree with that. Artistically, we have a certain concentration here, don't we?
Indeed, and we're very blessed to have so.
And both of us are blessed to be able to provide a venue for them.
Indeed.
One of the things we'll get to look forward to on Airborne working with Eclipse is bringing you the plethora of artists, writers, musicians, poets, actors, dancers. They're all here.
Storytellers.
Didn't mention storytellers, exactly. They're all here in St. Augustine, and we want to bring that to our audience and bring it to you on a regular basis. Through our collaboration with Eclipse Recording Company, we'll be able to do so, and we're very excited to bring it to you in the future. Jim, it's been a real pleasure having you.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.